Determined Sheikh Jassim to up Man United bid to £5.5 billion to blow Sir Jim Ratcliffe away. Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al-Thani is set to up his Manchester United bid to £5.5 billion in a bid to blow rival Sir Jim Ratcliffe out of the race. United owners the Glazers have set a deadline of 9 p.m. on Wednesday for prospective new owners to submit revised bids for the world's biggest football club. Initial bids from Qatari banker Sheikh Jassim and INEOS owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe came in around the £4.50 billion mark, well short of the £6 billion wanted by the Glazers. While Ratcliffe is also understood to have increased his bid for United, he is not thought to have gone as high as £5.5 billion, which could see the Qataris secure the sale. Once the revised bids are submitted by interested parties, a preferred bidder will be identified by Rain, the U.S. investment bank conducting the sale on behalf of the Glazers. The chosen candidate will then be given further access to more club documents in order to carry out full due diligence ahead of a proposed agreed sale with United's current owners. Representatives of Sheikh Jassim visited Old Trafford and United's training ground last Thursday, while Sir Jim Ratcliffe and his team made the same visit the following day. Both parties held positive meetings with United officials, including Chief Executive Richard Arnold, and are committed to a takeover, with the Qatari bid the current favorite. Ratcliffe indicated his unwillingness to pay over the odds for United in an interview with the Wall Street Journal when he said, "What you don't want to do is pay stupid prices for things because then you regret it subsequently." In the same interview, Ratcliffe also said his interest in buying United was purely in winning things and called the club a community asset rather than a financial one. The Qataris have proposed a 100% buyout of United and have pledged to clear historic debt heaped on the club by the controversial leveraged purchase by the Glazers in 2005. In contrast, Ratcliffe has signaled his intention to acquire a majority stake by buying out the shareholding of the Glazers, which currently stands at 69%. Critics of the Qatari bid say it amounts to an attempted state takeover, similar to those at Manchester City, Paris Saint-Germain, and Newcastle, with Sheikh Jassim a member of the country's ruling family and son of the former Prime Minister. The charge leveled at the Qatari bid is that its main objective is sportswashing buying United as a way of bolstering its global image and distracting from the country's oppressive human rights record and discriminatory laws. In other news, Alejandro Garnacho named in Best 9 Young Players in the World list. Manchester United youngster Alejandro Garnacho has been named in the NXGN Best 50 Young Players in the World list. The list is put together by Goal.com and ranks the top 50 talents in world football born after January 1, 2004. A further narrowed-down shortlist selected Garnacho among the top 9 young players. Garnacho is the only Manchester United player named on the list, with midfield prodigy Kobbie Mainoo a glaring omission from the top 50. United youngster Garnacho has scored 4 goals for the club this season and was recently called into the Argentina international squad. Garnacho among best players in the world. Let's face it, the top 50 list would have had no credibility if Alejandro Garnacho was overlooked. The 18-year-old is one of Manchester United's most electric attacking players, displaying a fearless attitude when he is out on the pitch. United supporters have really taken to him and are keen to see him sign a new long-term contract. Garnacho is currently out with an injury but could make a return before the end of the season, with Erik ten Hag urging him to be ready to help the team out. More intriguing players on the NXTGN 50 list. There are a number of very talented players on the list who could potentially sign for Manchester United in the future. One of these is Brighton striker Evan Ferguson, who has admitted being a Manchester United supporter. Another is Brazilian forward Vitor Roque, who Gazzetta dello Sport linked with a move to Old Trafford earlier this year. A player selected alongside Alejandro Garnacho among the top 9 is Southampton's Romeo Lavia. A recent report in the Mail has linked Manchester United with a summer move for the defensive midfielder.